Hello, guys, welcome to a new chapter of the Amber Room. This is going to be chapter 23, Atlanta, Georgia, Friday, May 16th, 9:15 a.m. Susanne strolled into the office. Paul Cutler rose from behind an oversized walnut desk and stepped towards her. I appreciate you taking the time to see me, she said. Not a problem, Miss Meyer. Cutler used the name she had provided the receptionist. She knew Noel liked to use his own name, more of his arrogance. She preferred anonymity, less chance of leaving a lasting impression. Why don't you call me Joe? She said. She took the seat off her hair and studied the middle-aged lawyer. He was tall and lean with light brown hair, not bald, just thinning. He was dressed in the expected white shirt, dark pants and silk tie, but the suspenders added a touch of maturity. He flashed a disarming smile and she liked his glinting hazel eyes. He appeared diffident and unassuming, someone she quickly decided could be charmed. Luckily she dressed for the part. A chestnut wig was pinned to the top of her head. Blue contact lenses tinted her eyes. A pair of octagonal clear lenses in gold frames added to the illusion. The crepe skirt with a double-breasted jacket and pink lapels had been bought yesterday at Ann Taylor and carried a distinctive feminine touch, the idea being to draw attention away from her face. When she sat, she crossed her legs, slowly exposing her black stockings, and she tried to smile a little bit more than usual. "You're an art investigator?" Cutler asked. "Must be interesting work." "It can be, but I'm sure your job is equally challenging." She quickly took in the room's decor. A framed Winslow print hung over a leather settee, a cupcake watercolor on either side. Diplomas dotted another wall along with numerous professional memberships and awards from the American Bar Association, Society of Probate Lawyers, and the Georgia Trial Lawyers Association. Two color photographs were apparently taken in what looked like a legislative chamber, Cutler shaking hands with the same older man. She mentioned to the art, "A connoisseur? Hardly. I do a little collecting. I am active though with our high museum." "You must derive a lot of pleasure from that." "Art is important to me." "Is that why you agreed to see me?" "That and simple curiosity." She decided to get down to business. "I went by the Fulton County Courthouse a little while ago. The secretary at your ex-wife's office indicated Judge Cutler was out of town. She wouldn't tell me where she had gone and suggested I come talk to you. Sammy called a little while ago and said this concerns my former father-in-law." "Yes, it does. Judge Cutler's secretary confirmed to me that a man visited yesterday looking for your ex-wife, a tall, blonde European. He used the name Christian Knoll. I have been tailing Knoll all week, but lost him yesterday afternoon at the airport. I fear he might be following Judge Cutler." Concern waved across her host's face. Excellent, she had guessed right. Why would this Mr. Knoll follow Rachel? She was gambling by being frank. Maybe fear would lower his barriers and she could learn exactly where Rachel Cutler had gone. Knoll came to Atlanta to talk with Carol Boria. She decided to meet any reference that Knoll actually talked to Boria Saturday night. No need to make too much of a connection. He must have learned that Boria died and sought out the daughter. It's the only logical explanation why he went to her office. How did he or you know anything about Carol? You must know what Mr. Boria did when he was a Soviet citizen. He told us, but how do you know? The records for the commission Mr. Boria once worked for are now public in Russia. It's an easy matter to study the history. Knoll is looking for the Amber Room and was probably hoping Boria knew something about it. But how did he know where to find him? Last week, Knoll perused records in a repository in St. Petersburg. This must have become available for inspection only recently. He learned the information there. That doesn't explain why you are here. As I indicated, I followed Knoll. How did you know Carol died? I didn't until I arrived in town Monday. Miss Myers, what's all the interest in the Amber Room? We are talking about something that's been lost for over 50 years. Don't you think if it could have been found, it would have been by now? I agree, Mr. Cutler, but Christian Knoll thinks otherwise. You said you lost him in the airport yesterday. What makes you think he's following Rachel? Just a hunch. I searched the concourses but never found him. I noted several international flights that left within a few minutes after Noel touched me. One was to Munich, two to Paris, and three to Frankfurt. She was on the one to Munich, he said. Paul Cutler appeared to be warning to her, starting to trust, to believe. She decided to take advantage of the moment. Why is Judge Cutler going to Munich so soon after her father died? Her father left a note about the Amber Room. Now was time to press. Mr. Cutler, Christian Noel is a dangerous man. When he's after something, nothing gets in the way. I had wagered he was on that flight to Munich too. It's important I speak with your ex-wife. Do you know where she's staying? She said she had called from there, but I haven't heard from her. Concern laced the words. She glanced at her watch. It's nearly 3:30 in Munich. I was thinking the same thing before you arrived. Do you know exactly where she was headed? He didn't answer. She pressed harder. I understand I am a stranger to you, but I assure you I am a friend. I need to find Christian Noel. I can go into details about that because of confidentiality, but I strongly believe he's looking for your ex-wife. Then I think I ought to contact the police. Noel will mean nothing to local law enforcement. This is a matter for the international authorities. He hesitated, as if considering her words, weighing the options. Calling the police will take time, involving European agencies even more time. She was here now, ready to act. The choice should be an easy one, and she wasn't surprised when he made it. She went to Bavaria to find a man named Daniel Chapev. He lives in Kelheim. Who is Chapev? She asked innocently. A friend of Carol. They worked together at the commission years ago. Rachel thought Chapev might know about the Amber Room. What would lead her to believe that? He reached into a desk drawer and removed a bundle of letters. He handed them to her. See for yourself, it's all there. She took a few minutes and scanned each letter. Nothing definitive or precise, just hints to what the two might have known or suspected. Enough thought to cause her concern. There was no question now that she had to stop Noel from teaming up with Rachel Cutler. That was exactly what the bastard planned to do. He learned nothing from the father, so he tossed him down the stairs and decided to charm the daughter to see what he could learn. She stood. I appreciate the information, Mr. Cutler. I'm going to see if your ex-wife can be located in Munich. I have contacts there. She extended her hand to shake. I want to thank you for your time. Cutler stood and accepted the gesture. I appreciate your visit and the warning, Miss Myers, but you never did say what your interest is. I'm not at liberty to divulge that, but suffice it is to say that Mr. Noel is wanted for some serious charges. Are you with the police? Private investigator hired to find Noel. I work out of London. Strange, your accent is more Eastern European than British. She smiled. Quite right, originally I am from Prague. Can you leave a phone number? Perhaps if I hear from Rachel I can put the two of you in touch. No need, I will check back with you later today or tomorrow if that's alright. She turned to leave and noticed the framed picture of an older man and woman. She motioned, a handsome couple. My parents, taken about 3 months before they died. I'm so sorry. He accepted her condolences with a slight nod of the head, and she left the office without saying anything more. The last time she had seen that same older couple, they and 20 or so others were climbing out of the rain into the Altavia Airbus, preparing to leave Florence for a short hop across the Ligurian Sea to France. The explosives she had paid to store on board were safe in the luggage compartment. The timer ticking away set for 0:30 minutes later over water.